Have you ever wondered what you would do if you discovered a shocking secret about the person you love? Sometimes life puts us in situations we never imagined, forcing us to test our trust and our love. This is the story of Giorgio, a man who always thought he knew everything about his young wife, Stefania. But what happens when a small suspicion begins to grow, calling into question everything he believed in? Before we delve into this exciting story, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss other incredible stories like this one. Stay with us until the end to find out how Giorgio faced a revelation that changed his life forever. Giorgio, since his childhood, has had a busy life. His father, a soldier, forced the family to move frequently. Whenever they moved to a new city, Giorgio was excited to discover new places and make new friends, while his mother complained about the constant moving, longing for a more stable life. However, their wandering suddenly stopped when the country fell apart and Giorgio's father decided to settle in Calabria. Even though they had settled, Giorgio never stopped dreaming of the beautiful city of Venice. Every night, he imagined himself walking along the canals, fascinated by the beauty of the city and its majestic palaces. After finishing college, she decided to follow her dreams and move there, against the advice of her parents who feared for her safety and stability. At first, Giorgio worked in a construction company, learning the secrets of the trade and making friends with his colleagues. Soon, he decided to take a risk and open his own business, which turned out to be very profitable. In a few years, Giorgio managed to build a successful company, earning a solid reputation in the construction industry. Each completed project was a step toward realizing his dreams, and soon he found himself living in a beautiful home in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the city. Although his parents were pleased with Giorgio's professional successes, they were concerned because at 40 years old, he had not yet found the right woman to create a family of his own. This changed on New Year's Eve, when Giorgio introduced them to Stefania, his girlfriend. Stefania, a very pretty and pleasant girl, was however much younger than Giorgio, which worried her parents. Giorgio's father tried to dissuade him, fearing that Stefania might only be interested in money. However, Giorgio was firm. "Dad, I have met the girl of my dreams. We love each other, and that is what matters." However, doubts resurfaced a year and a half after the wedding, when Stefania's driver informed Giorgio that she had a lover. At first, Giorgio couldn't believe it. He loved Stefania and felt that she loved him back. He decided to confront the suspicion directly, asking Stefania if she was happy with him. She answered with conviction that she loved him and that she didn't need anyone else. But the doubt continued to torment him. So he spoke again with the driver, who told him that Stefania regularly went to a certain place without ever allowing him to accompany her inside. This behavior made Giorgio even more suspicious, and he decided to find out the truth once and for all. The next day, Giorgio disguised himself and took the driver's place. When Stefania got into the car, she didn't suspect anything and instructed him to stop at the supermarket before heading to the usual address. At the supermarket, Stefania purchased numerous provisions, dairy products, meat, vegetables, and a surprising amount of candy. Giorgio wondered who all those supplies could be for. Then they went to the mysterious address. Stefania insisted on carrying the bags herself, but Giorgio, in disguise, followed her anyway. After she entered the building, Giorgio followed her and saw that she was going to an apartment. The hall was old and shabby, contrasting with Stefania's elegance and her high-quality bags. With his heart pounding, Giorgio rang the doorbell and found himself facing an elderly gentleman. Pretending to be an insurance salesman, he entered and began talking to the man. He discovered that the old man was Stefania's grandfather, who she had raised alone after her parents died. The man spoke fondly of his granddaughter, explaining how she took care of him without making her presence felt on her husband. Giorgio understood that Stefania had not told him anything about her grandfather so as not to create problems in their relationship. And in your opinion, is it right to hide something from your partner for fear of creating problems? And then, is the lack of trust towards Stefania justified? Write in the comments what you think. With a relieved heart, Giorgio returned home with Stefania's grandfather. When he arrived, Stefania was surprised and confused to see her grandfather with him. Giorgio explained everything, from the beginning of his suspicions to the final discovery. Stefania, initially angry, understood that Giorgio had acted out of love and to protect their relationship. If you like this story, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss the next adventures. This will help us to continue creating quality content for you. She apologized for not having told him about her grandfather and promised not to keep any more secrets. That evening, they all had dinner together and Stefania's grandfather moved in with them. Giorgio and Stefania learned the importance of communication and mutual trust. In the end, love and sincerity triumphed over all doubts. While Stefania was preparing dinner and her grandfather was settling into the new house, Giorgio reflected on how lucky he was to discover the truth. She realized how important it was to be open and honest in a relationship. Stefania, on the other hand, was relieved not to have to hide anything from her husband anymore and happy to finally have her grandfather close to her. The evening ended with a toast to family and truth. This story reminds us how important trust and communication are in any relationship. Secrets can undermine the foundations of love, but sincerity and honesty have the power to strengthen it. In the end, we can say that if it hadn't been for the gossipy driver, Giorgio and Stefania would never have found this new complicity. Maybe sometimes gossip can have a positive side. Thank you, friends, for staying with us until the end of the video. We'll see you tomorrow with another exciting story.